What's up, guys? Here with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I think the Celtics and the Heat are definitely the two best teams in the Eastern Conference, and their stats pretty much prove it and show exactly what I'm talking about and why the Brooklyn Nets were not even considered a threat. Alright, so if you look over here, like if you just look at like their bench and like their whole team as a whole and their points scored, everyone's contributing on both teams. You see this? Their benches are actually doing something. You know, everyone's putting up pretty decent numbers throughout all the games so far. I mean, these guys here, the Celtics, they have a little bit more. They have one more game, I think, on the Heat, or maybe not. I don't know, because Oh no, they both played 4 games, I believe, at this point. So, anyways, what we got here is uh, so the points, everyone's scoring points, and then if you go over to, let's see, assists, we'll take these both over the assists. Everyone's getting pretty decent assist numbers on both sides. So like they're actually, both these teams like to share the ball. That's why I think they're so successful, and why, no one's really greedy on these teams. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Butler's averaging 30 and Tatum's averaging 29.5. We'll round up to 30. They're both averaging about 30, or you could round his up to 31. But still, and then you got rebounds. They're about similar with their best player. Assists, you know, they they all assist pretty well. Uh, that's the thing I like about Tatum. You know what I mean? Like, he's putting up. Tatum. This is why I respect Tatum, because you see this here. He assists a lot. He passes the ball a lot, but he also gets his points, and like that's what I do respect a lot about him. That's what I think a true superstar should be. You should be able to like get assists and points at the same time, just like Butler. He can do both. I think he's a great example of like a real team player. Like, if he'll just not get any points a game if he wants to, if someone else is going off. He'll be like, all right, you're hot, here, keep taking the rock. And I feel like the Celtics do that too, where like they'll just find the people that are hot and just be like, here, like, we'll get you open. And then steals. They're both very good defensive teams. I think the Heat are probably still the best defensive team in the league. But we can look at this real quick. So they're about pretty average, like about the same, I'd say, in their steal department. They're like, they both pretty good at stealing. Blocks, those are really hard to come by for the most part, but it looks like they're pretty even on the block department as well. Turnovers, I'd say they're probably about even, right? Yeah. So the Boston averages like one more turnover than the Heat per game. I believe this is per game. I'm not like, I would think so. So like, these two teams are very, very similar, and it shows, and that's why they're both just like super dominant. And I think like this will be the best and the most fun matchup for the Eastern Conference. I think it'll be the I think this would be the best scenario, because these two teams, I think, deserve it the most out of any other teams. They are the epitome of teamwork. These two teams are team first. There's not really any real selfish players on either of these teams, and I think both teams deserve it. And if you look at these like percentages, most of their percentages are pretty close too. Like, everyone's good. On all these games, everyone's shooting really well. I mean, there's a couple like lower numbers on both sides, but like, this is just the first series. A lot of guys might have some butterflies and stuff, but I'd say as a whole, if you look at all these numbers, both these teams are shooting really well. They're playing really good defense. They're making their shots for the most part. I mean, both teams have had their down moments where it's Miss City for a little bit, but then they get back into it and they're right back to where they should be. Two very, very elite teams, and I think these two teams are the best. I don't even think the Bucks come close to these two, in my opinion. I think either of these teams could beat the Bucks in a 7-game series. I think the Bucks are very one-dimensional, and that's just my opinion. I was right about the Nets. So we'll see if I'm right about the Bucks. I could be wrong about the Bucks. But anyways, this is my this was just a short little video I wanted to make about this. Just talking about the two teams and giving my thoughts on these two teams with some stats and stuff to back it up. I think these are the two teams to beat, and I think this would be a really, really fun series to watch. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and give me your opinions and feedback and all that stuff, and I'll message you back. Thank you. Bye.